Hey guys, people talk about things they don't understand or understand, right? They, it's like they fear the unknown. And, you know, you like your solitude, your aloneness. They can't understand that because they can't do that. They have to talk or be around. They can't sit in a room in silence. It's very uncomfortable. Remember when you used to be like that? I remember when I used to be like that. Um, but you're not like that anymore. So people will gossip and talk shit and make up their own stories in their head about you and what's going on and blah 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 because people fear the unknown. And that's why you really don't give a shit about anyone or what anyone says. You carry the same kind of thing that I do, where it's what you think of me is none of my business. Because that's all on you. That's your own shit. You don't know me. You think you know me, but you don't know the new me. How could you? I'm not around. How could you? You don't want to listen to what I have to say. How could you? You don't have any interest. You can't look past your own nose. This is why we move around unapologetically now. You got something to say? If it's, not loving things, then peace out. Something just came to me in the Bible that I looked at the other day when I flipped it open to something. It was one of the Matthews, right? Matthew 10 to 15. I can't remember which one it was, but it was something about and somebody will know this verse. Something about, and it's something I had said and I had done a while back. Here's some 3 years ago or so, about if you're not for me, then you're against me, and something like that is in the Bible. If you're not for me, you're against me, then that makes you my enemy. I said the enemy part. I don't think that part is in the Bible. I'm not really sure, but you know, you no longer need the validation of other people. You don't care if they get what you're saying. You don't care if they understand where you're coming from. This is awakening. Like I was saying, what was it yesterday? The things you used to like and care about before or had interest in, you no longer really have an interest in. Your mind is on a whole nother level. You're on a whole nother level. I shared something on Facebook, and I shared it too on in my post tab. I ended up going back in and editing and putting what I had written in Facebook in the post here on YouTube. And not only is what you think of me none of my business, but I can't remember what it is now. I spoke too much. I try to explain too much again, and I lose a lot when I do that. This is like my 5th time shooting a video, and I keep stopping and deleting them because I'm like, I really don't have anything to say or that's coming through. But when I do, when I get on here, it goes away. Maybe I'm not to share that. Maybe I'm not supposed to be doing this anymore. I don't know. It's making me uncomfortable because I love shooting videos and I love giving messages. And I just feel there's nothing to say. Damn it. But I do want to say this. Alan Watts said something that I found that I absolutely love, so I had to write it down. Pain is not punishment, it's purification. Alan Watts. I love listening to his voice. It's like, where do we go from here? We spoke about this when I left Mike's house, before I left Mike's house, moving into something new, this unknown territory. And how are we acting in the pause, in the stillness, in the quietness, in the in-between, in the liminal space before we move on to something new? The next phase, the next cycle, the next step. And something else that Alan Watts had said, and I wrote it down, was love with intention. And I want you guys to think about that today. Love with intention. What does that mean? Ponder that. Think about that today. That's going to be on my mind too. Loving with intention. I always want to grab cards because they're laying in front of me. Mm-hmm. This one's sticking out. And this one's sticking out. And then we have, 2 pages. And when I saw 2 pages, I was like, 2 pages. It's like young, brand new, inexperienced, like starting something new. You're like a baby that's been born. We can call it reborn because you're an adult. You know what I mean? It's like a baby being reborn and learning how to walk. You're learning how to walk in your new existence, learning how to walk in your new, and I keep seeing faith, learning how to walk in your new skin. But it's not new skin, it's the same old cracker. Learning how to walk in the new you that you are, your awakened state, your higher self. Seeing the beauty in the ashes. Knowing, and I just got a notification, knowing that everything has to burn away, be gone, for you to begin anew. That phoenix energy, right? Being burnt down to nothing. And now you love with intention. Now you're I don't know what love with intention means. I'm going to have to. You've been in this hermit phase. It's for a reason. It's your season. It's your time. It's your awakening. It's your finding the hidden mysteries and hidden knowledge that's really not hidden. It is occult because it's hidden deep inside you. I'm hearing like in your DNA. It's in you. And you just need it to come out. All the fruits of the Spirit are already in you. We just need to, I'm going to let it shine. Right? Awakening the God in you. So you're learning, like a baby learns how to walk. You too are the baby that's learning how to walk in your awake state. As things become revealed to you as you begin to stand in, like they say, your authority, as you begin to walk your own path and pay attention to the higher forces and the higher realms, the higher consciousness, really, and standing in your authenticity. And it takes guts. It takes a lot. That's how you know you've come a lot further from where you used to be, because where you used to be, everything everybody said about you, you believed it, because maybe you're like, well, I am those things. But you aren't those things anymore. You've grown. You've done the work. And to stand alone, you're not alone, but you know what I mean? The terminology of standing alone, standing in what you believe in without being phased anymore. You know who you are. Nobody can tell you who you are. You know who you are. And if you go against the grain, against all the people that you're around, that's why you like your aloneness. Everyone that's around you that's still asleep, they don't get it. They don't like what you have to say. They're going to think you're weird. They're going to call you crazy. And you don't care, because they're only speaking from their point of view, their perspective of themselves and who they are. They don't get it. But you love them anyway, right? Don't have to be around them, but you love them anyway. Maybe that's the love with intention. You don't need anyone's approval. That's how you know. And if you aren't quite there yet, you're watching this video, you're on your way. This is what you're working through. We've all had to work through ours. And it's fucking tough, and it's really tough, and it's really sad, and it's really heartbreaking, and there's a lot of pain. But like, pain is not punishment, it's purification. This is why. It's the breaking free. And it hurts, don't it? Right? So, those of you that are in the depths of hell, it feels like, that is such great news. Because you can only go so far. You want to get to the bottom so you can bounce back up. I know. You really don't want to, but if it happens, drop to your knees and say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for all of this BS I have to go through, or whatever I'm growing through, to get me to the other side. You got to go through the muck sometimes. You got to go through the muck to get to the other side. Probably on your belly, fucking belly crawling through the muck. And you might get pulled under several times, but you're going to get through to the other side if you truly want to, and that's what you really want. It's not being done to you, but for you. The pain is purification. I love that. Thank you, Mr. Watts. And if you haven't listened to Alan Watts, you need to listen to him. His voice is fabulous. And the way he articulates, he's just so fucking awesome. I don't listen to him that much, but today I have. I'm hearing that song, We Are the World. We Are the Children, yeah. Keeping your dream alive, is that what that said? Maybe we don't want to dream, because when we're dreaming, that means we're sleeping. So maybe there's something to be said about speaking that way. Maybe we don't want to dream big anymore. Maybe we want to just do big now. Words, spell casting. Words are spells, remember. Remember that I am love. Remember that you are love. And that's what you're made from, made out of. Love. And that the God, the energy, the source, the light that created everything is you, is in you, is you. We can't say in you. We have to say is you, if you think about it, because we're not our human vessel, but what's inside, what gives it its spark and its life. See, we use words and all that all wrong, but we don't know until it's brought to our attention and our awareness. We don't need to go, oh my God, I'm stupid. I should have known that. No, you didn't know it. Be glad you do. I'm telling you, this is how you know when you're changing and you're changing and you're changing and you're waking up, because the things that used to, it just doesn't, they can't get to you anymore. Manifesting dream life. There's that dream thing again. I got it written on my board in purple, as a matter of fact, and so is this. So I know, thank you, because this is my future. Gift of land and money. That's my future. I expect that. I expect that to come to me. It's written on my board. It was downloaded to me. I received it as a message. That's why it's written. Not things that I said I want for myself, but there's a reason for it. So I'll have it. I have an apartment that came out of nowhere. It's a stepping stone. It's a beginning of my transformation. Yes. Sure the fuck is. And how is that going to come about? Well, because I'm blessed. Even my pants say blessed. I don't fuck around. Create, build, dream, write down. Speak your future. Only speak that. And this will take some practice, right? Practice makes perfect. They say it's your muscle memory. Life and love. Only speak that in and over your life and other people too. Be mindful of what because you know what they're giving me. What they're giving me is that in the Bible, how it talks about, you know, you will be accountable for every word that is spoken out of your mouth, regardless of anything. It doesn't matter why anyone did anything to you. It's like they're not going to be sitting there going, okay, well, you called somebody an asshole or a bitch, or you spoke horrible things. I hate you. I wish you were dead. You did all that, but you spoke those words, correct? Yes. But because they did this. No, we didn't ask you that. We asked you. You spoke these words. Doesn't matter why. Just that you did. This is where I strive to be at, standing in my own integrity, and it doesn't always happen, okay? I talk shit, I say shit, I get, it still happens. Less and far, few in between now than it used to be. So it's becoming less and less, and that's what we strive for, the less and less, because it becomes aware. And when it pops into our awareness, that's when we're like, okay, I'm doing it again. Thank you for letting me know, instead of beating ourselves up. Oh, God. I'm so fucking stupid. Why can't I ever get this right? Well, it's a process. Be easy. Right? Remember, you're that baby learning to walk again, or learning to walk, okay? Standing in your own integrity and doing what's right for you, regardless of what anyone else says, thinks, or does. But to do that, that's hard to do, but it's not as hard to do when you begin to come home to yourself. Because once you know who you are, as you begin to learn who you are, it's that I don't give two fucks. It's a vibration. It's a vibration. All right, peace and hair grease, you guys. But let's take a pic of that. Oh, yeah, we're out of here. Namaste. Peace. Hope this made sense and this helped somebody. But I love you. Remember, thankful, grateful, blessed.